Hi, good evening, guys. I'm just sharing the link. Give me one moment. So, link is done. All right, I'm ready. Hi, and welcome on a Sunday evening. Hope you all had a good time. Hi, Andrews. No worries. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Uh, I'm going to give a couple of minutes so that more people can join in. I've just shared the link. In between, let me just grab a Coke. Hi, hi. Hi, Lalita. Hi, Satya. Hi, Harish. Good evening. So instead of Coke, I got Stella. That's not bad. So it's 5:45. I'm gonna start. Hi, Funny. Uh, guys, you can see my screen, right? And you can hear me properly without any issues, loud and clear. Just confirm so that I can get started. Nobody's responding. Can you still hear me? I don't know. All right, all right. Thank you. So let's start with some of the scans. Thank you, Harish, Ramesh. Hi, Kalpit. So I'm gonna start from my favorite inside day. I'll extend this to inside week as well, uh, just to see if we capture anything. So inside day is Google, Tesla, Adobe, now. So on my list, uh, I'm just gonna move it here so that I can update inside days for now. Just give me 1 second. Inside days, we have Adobe. Inside day, yes, we have BA. Do I have BA? No. Caterpillar was also looking really good on Friday, so it's on my zone. Google inside day, IBM inside day, PanW inside day, Tesla inside day, PayPal inside day. I'm gonna make a note of inside day. We have BA, IBM, CAT, and PayPal. I may pick up anything from here. Let me expand this to week. Coin, Moderna, QS, saved, and not worth it. So none of them is in that zone. So I just updated spelling mistake. So These are tickers. I may want to remove Square. Uh, may think about Cat because I think Cat is doing really well in the last few days. So we'll check on Cat. So let's move on. Let's try on some bullish candle patterns. I'm looking at Hammer, Morning Star, Morning Dodgy Star. It never comes out. Bearish candle patterns, nothing. Anything which crossed 12 over 34 on S&P on daily time frame. Airlines are there, not so great. Let me just check for. There was an option expiry on play. This is let's see if we get anything from this. This is like after the earnings have gone. What is the best option if you want to pick? This is too much. We have Intel puts, which are looking good. Uh, American Express calls. They're looking good if you want to play them. Anyways, this looks good. Let me just do one more thing. I have one more Excel sheet where I have any hammers or hanging man. No hammers. No. All right, so I don't see any hammer or hanging man uh, on my scans. So guys, if you have any ticker, I'll be here until 7. If you have any ticker, if you have any charts you want to understand, please, I'll be sharing a Zoom link. Please join that and we can talk about the levels. We can talk about how we uh, assess a chart and I'll try to help as much as I can. All right. So let's start. And cheers to all of you. I just started my beer. So let's look at ES first. So guys, who do not use ES, you can use SPY. SPY is, if you can take out the premium, this will become XPX because future always runs on premium. And if you divide SPX by 10, that will be the SPY. I can share, I think I have one conversion thing. Like, let me just see if I have right here. ES2 SPY. Let me open, edit. So I'm just going to share this script because come on, I didn't copy. I'm going to share the script. If you want to see this, it will become like this. And you can, ES is the future Chandrakant. If you do not know, you need to spend 1 minute and understand what are the futures. I'm sharing a script which will convert ES into SPX levels as well as onto SPY. Here is a script. Which can convert ESF into SPX and SPY on your charts and label them on your charts. Okay, you can use this. I'll just add into my highlights. All right. So if you're looking into a chart, this will come forward. Right now, futures is this corresponding SPX level, corresponding SPY level. This is the difference between the SPY and ES, and difference between SPY and SPX. Ignore this. You just need to figure about SPY, SPX, and this one. Mr. Ferrari, I'm just telling because people ask me how to convert ES level into SPX or SPY. So just giving them a idea that this is they can use, and you can divide them based on your understanding. So Friday, again, we started higher. I expected to make it a dodgy. It's not a clean dodgy, but a dodgy with some level of uh, body. Plus, we made a higher high, as well as we made a higher low, which is a positive sign. Now, question is, are we going to have one more level of dodgy? Because we just had one dodgy here. Dodgy, it's a state of confusion. Now we have gone up in a straight line, and now we are incurring dodges. Again, we have to hold 4891. If we do, then everything is good. The moment we lose 4891, we'll start to fall apart, because then there are two things which are going to happen. First, we will break down from a dodgy behavior. And by now you will know. Again, people who do not know, I'm just going to explain one more time. When you go from bottom to up, I'm giving this bottom to up. When you see a candle like this, which has a very tiny body and it's in the middle, at the bottom or at the top, this is called dodgy. There are different names for it, but you can simply call them dodgy. Dodgy shows you that there is a change in trend coming into the market or into the stock. Now, whenever this comes, you need to start becoming cautious, and you need to be careful about your position. So if we are going from here to here, it means we were long. So this is a reversal pattern which comes right at the top. If it comes at the top, you will see that the next few candles may come, and then it will become an evening star, and evening star has big downside. Similarly, if you see dodgy at the bottom, like right here, this was up and this was bottom, and we are falling, falling, falling. If you see dodgies like this will end up in morning stars, which has again a reversal pattern. Dodgies at the top, dodgies at the bottom. This is a three candle pattern setup. The bottom one is called as morning star. The top one is called as evening star. Why we call it as morning star? Because in the morning, the sun goes higher into the sky. Evening star, the sun is coming down, if you want to just analog it. So morning star is a positive pattern, evening star is a negative pattern. All right. Now, what's happening here is, in the last few days, we have seen that market has gone parabolic. We have held some bullish gaps. This is one gap which was held. Then we have just held on to the gaps, and we are just making a higher base. Like if we call this as base 1, then we made base 2, then we made base 3. Now we are making base 4. Now, unless and until we lose this base 4, we are not coming down. That's why if you want to short below 4891. Even on Friday, it came to 48.97, 96 area and then bounced. It crossed 49.02, did a fake breakdown, and then made almost 0.75% of a move. All right. So do not get cautious. unless and until you see a doji. Now we have a doji, so we need to be cautious. All right. So right here, we have doji and we had a doji. Let's expand this time to 1 week. Now on 1 week candle, that was the daily candle. On 1 week candle, if you see, we have seen some massive move upsides. Okay, and this was a hammer right at this time. This is called a hammer, where you open equals to low, your close is higher. No, your high is higher, your close is between open and close, open and high. So this is a hammer, but this hammer has a big body, so we cannot consider this. Usually hammer has a relatively smaller body. So in this case, we have a body which is bigger. So potentially we can consider it, but it's not 100% hammer. So again, it's telling me the same thing. If we lose 48.91, only then we are going to go down. So one important thing you all need to understand and keep in mind that all these candles, they love EMAs. I've mentioned this multiple times. So if the EMAs are far away, I use two EMAs 12 and 34. If the EMAs are far away, futures have opened 49.07. Now, let's see if we perpetuate now 49.03, it's going down to 5. So if we make a newer low, the low on Friday was 48.98. If we make a newer low and we break below 48.91, that's a good area to short. Not a good area to go short at this time. We may bounce right away. Okay. So again, if I go into my sheet, my Heikin Ashi state is 0, meaning I do not have a flat base or a flat top. This is doji. So now I have a doji candle, which is right there, and I need to be careful with it. No, otherwise 1, 2, 3. 1 second. Let me just edit the formula. Yep, this is good. ES is 0 and Q is -1. Yes. So we do not have a flat top or a flat bottom. I use Heikin Ashi candles because it will help you to uh, trade in a trend. Now, when the trends are there, you can, like, most of the time people have issues that yes, they are into a good position, but they do not know when to exit. You can use a 15-minute Heikin Ashi candle. You can change your candle type to Heikin Ashi and use a very simple principle, which I follow, that yes, if you see a flat bottom, you just keep on holding your position for the long. If you see a doji, you exit. If you see a flat top, you need to hold on to your short position. The moment you see any doji, any body on the top, you exit. This will allow you to make some serious money. This is the simplest tip I can give to anybody. If you follow this, you're going to make some serious money. All you need to do is follow a 15-minute Heikin Ashi candle and trust in that. That's it. Once you start following it, I'm telling you, you're going to make some seriously good money. So coming back here to the levels, I'm going to convert this into, and Heikin Ashi should only be considered once you are going into a position. Like, so here we have the levels. 0 Heikin Ashi state, my DMI state is this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All my DMIs are green. So I'm going to green. 12 and 34 EMAs are up. So it's all up. Now I'm going to give it 40, 60 still because the market is getting a little heavier. Again, I would like to add, because we have not made a newer low. We are just making higher lows. We started a low here. Like if we start low, low, higher, 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 and right now higher. if we break this low, 48.90 at this time, that will be the start of the downside. This is a potential evening star. I'm explaining all this. I'm just spending time so that you can understand it. So short below 4898 this time. Stop loss is 49.05. Target, first target is my 12 EMA, which is 48.67. This is becoming an evening star. Yes, inside is gone. Ended, I will simply say dodgy at the top. Below 4898, potential evening star. And I'm mentioning evening star so that you know. Second level is 48.21, which is this area. Now, if you want to go long, 48.98 will be your stop loss. And buy near 48.9005. So 48.93 was our levels, which kind of provided some resistance. So I'm going to treat that. And then is 48.90, 49.83. I'll just make it 49.83. So these are some level. Because there's a dodgy at the top, so 60% on the negative side, 40% on the positive side, because market is market. It can always take a support and then bounce. All right, now also look at the book map. What this book map is telling us. And again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to post them here. I'll try to address as much as I can. And this is a book map. This is a paid charting tool available in Thinkorswim. It pays like $39 a month. You can use this. This gives you a clear idea about the order book. How many orders are there on the futures, on the stocks? 3 of them are freely available, like ES, Apple, and Microsoft. For rest, you need to go to support and then ask them. They will charge you $39 a month, and then they will give you this feature. Come on. This is our order. Now, order book, you will see some of the magical information which I just shared with you. You see, there are two balls which are showing here. A red ball and a green ball. Green ball is a positive volume. So if you see some green balls going higher, it means buyers are stepping in and they want to take it higher. You will also see some of these red bases here, here. Now, these are the areas where buyers are waiting for you. So that's why I said 48.98 will be a good stop loss. If we break that, we're going to hit 48.67, which is around the same zone. 49.50 is another area of resistance. 49.20 is one. So it's better to buy here, keep a stop loss of 48.98, and then go towards this. If you lose 48.98, 48.91, go. You see, there was one big green ball. Now there's two big green balls. It means the buying is there. The volume is not there yet, but buying is there. All right. So the levels we created through Fibonacci and regression channels are in conjunction with the order book. This is good. Let's move on to next step. And Gangyong, if you want to talk about Sophie, we'll talk about Sophie in the end, not here. So NQ is now losing this long-term trend line. So I have regression channel, and this is a rejection from 161.8 Fibonacci area. Now, this is breaking down of an evening star. So the moment we lose 7440, I think evening star will become really confirmation. So if we, and why I'm saying so, because there is one doji, there's one touch to the bottom and then bounce. So if we lose this area, then we have this massive thing to eat. So one resistance will be the 12 EMA, then the Fibonacci, and then the 78.6 Fibonacci. One, two. On the higher side, we are going to face resistance from this regression channel and from this supply zone. So I'm gonna careful on NQ. I'm going to go short below 435, 17, 435. I'm going to keep a stop loss of the top here, which is 471. So I'll make it 475, 17475. Target is 12 EMA, which is 17326. 17325, just rounding it off. Once we lose there, then 17245. This is -1 and -1. And DMI is still positive. DMI shows the strength. It is still positive, so it's good. 12 EMA are there, which is good. So Heikin Ashi state is telling, yep, it's getting bad, but we need to just, so it was inside day breakdown, and then it's roughly inside, I would say, evening star confirmation. So not a hammer anymore. So dodgy, and I'll even simply say evening star confirmation. These are the levels of NQ. Now we had Apple, which was 0.9% down. Apple did not close above 190. Now this will become a resistance. Now I don't like this pattern, but it may come down and test the 12 EMA, which is hovering around 190 and 189. A back test, because the candles are away. We got rejected from the 100% Fibonacci. So let's mark that. Rejected from 100% Fibonacci extension. Lost important support of 193.25. So we need to be careful on the long side. So here I'm not interested to go long, because DMI, you see, it's starting to get weakened. It's still green, but it's not all green. If I break it down to half an hour, you will start to see some red. So 30-minute is red, 1 hour is red. So it's kind of red. And in the last 1 hour or 2 hours on uh, Friday, you see it's kind of holding one tight range. So I'm just thinking it's either going to go down all the way to 187, or it's gonna hold around 187. But it should not go below 187. If it does, we're going to go all the way to 180 then. So looking at the chart, I'm just saying short on rise towards 192.50, 193. Stop loss is 193.25. Target is 190.90, 187.50. So I'm going to short Apple. If Apple comes into this range, its point is short. Now, I have mentioned this rejection, so we'll take that into red. If it holds above 193, then this does not stand true. That's why I mentioned in the stop loss, if the stop loss is gone, try to reverse the direction of your trade. Adobe, ADBE. Adobe is inside day. It's coming to a very important support and a very important back test of, like, this was a breakout area for Adobe. 611, 612. It tried, almost came near to the previous highs, but got rejected from 6 to 6. It should hold 38.2. So I'm going to mention it is held, holding, not held, back tested 38.2 Fibonacci and sell below if 612 is lost. So 614 is there. I will say buy near 613, 14. If it is 613, 614, possibility is there. And it's an inside day. So if market supports, and in case you are a person who likes to do a wait and then enter, look for 604 to entry. I'll also mention buy on dips near 604. This will be a good entry if you are interested. See, again, in the market, the idea is where to enter. If you enter on a right price, right area, you will definitely going to make money. If you enter anywhere, even if the trade is good, you're going to lose money. Adobe has two Heikin Ashi minus flat DMI. DMI is flat, EMA is positive. So it's all good. AMD, let's look at AMD. So AMD have earnings this week, and I'm going to open the black box and see what we can infer from black box on this. Let's also look at Apple and Adobe. Apple also have earnings this week. I'm going to look at anything above $500,000 for Apple. Okay, and I'm including any multi-leg. So let's look at Apple. 225, 230. These calls are sold. Let's see if the price is going down. The open interest is still higher. See, this is a graph. This is a tool called Black Box. I use this for my trading purpose. This is the price. The blue one is the open interest, and the orange one is the volume. Now you see the price of the Apple is going down. That's one thing. Open interest is still there, and the volume is still there. It means somebody is unwinding, is trying to get out from Apple calls. This is a spread between 195 and 220. That's 1,000 lots of 800 on the selling side and 2 million on the buying side. 192, 197, again a spread, but most of them are not a clear uh, flow, but it's a flow. Adobe, there is a 700 put buy and 740. It's like for next to next year, so we can ignore it. Let's look at AMD. AMD, this is interesting. 150 put is sold. Is it one? One off. 180 calls. All the 180 calls are being sold. 10, 10, 10, 10. You see all these calls, 140 calls, 180 calls, they are starting from, let's look at the chart. The price of the option went up and the open interest came down. You see, the price went up from here, the open interest came down. It means somebody got exit. The volume is right there. So they're trying to exit, but this volume is bigger than the open interest. The volume is like the kind of reduction which happened in the open interest. So we'll check on that, Andres. We'll come to that. So it's just an exit. Somebody is doing a profit booking, but not a big quantity. Maybe on Monday we'll have a clear quantity. These people got exit at 37, 37, 37, 37, 36. Yep, they kept on exiting on this. So AMD is like flow wise not a clear trade, but this is our setup. We are seeing rejection from 179.25. This is a 78.6 Fibonacci. Now, there's a possibility we might come and test 166 before the earnings. And once the earnings are clear, we might try to jump on the higher side. You see, we came all the way to 450 and we bounced. 49.02, we bounced. The volume is completely lethargic, so you can totally ignore. So AMD, Heikin Ashi is there. Now, Friday, it worked really well. We started into 175 and then we went on to make 181, 182. But right now, I'm a little cautious. So I'm going to do a 179.2 stop loss and I'm going to short AMD. 177, 178. I want to do a test of 174 again and a test of 166. And remember, tomorrow we also have earnings from SMCI at end of the day. So that may also have some impact. Buy above 179.20. So I'm going to be a buyer, but only above 179. And I'll be an aggressive seller because we tested 174 on Friday. And I mentioned just here that we can sell aggressively. So that area has been tested. A little mess can be really, really tragic for AMD. The Heikin Ashi has turned 0. DMI is still extremely positive. EMA is far away. So I'm looking for a back test. Back test for 12 EMA. Now, if we come to this area, I'll be definitely a buyer, 166. Amazon, and I think Netflix were the two trades which I did. Amazon held on to 158, broke about 38.2 Fibonacci, and almost came to 161. I think it's getting ready for 167, 173. So Amazon, if you see a 5-year calendar on Amazon, not calendar, 5-year chart, Amazon is just in this zone. We have still go to 188, which is like far away. I really want Amazon to hold 158 because this was a breakout area. We closed well above this number, up almost a $1. So Amazon, I'm positive. My stop loss is 158.25. My target is now 161.90. And I'm moving towards next target of 167. It is holding everything by near 158.25 to 159. If you get an opportunity, buy this. This is positive. Now, let's look at the flow for Amazon. I am only interested in the flow of this year, because 2 years down the line, I don't know what's happening. So this is the flow. Look at this. 180 puts of this week's. They are being sold. See, I'll show you how you can determine it is sold. This is 159.25 or 30. The price is 20.95. It went up, price reduced by 65 cents. The stock move up there by 70 cents. This is some aggressive selling. Okay, so this gives me confidence that yes, Amazon has probability to come and test 180. This is a really important chapter to understand. And let's look at the open interest. So tomorrow, if we see 3,200 into the open interest, it means these were sold. And person who has sold these puts, he will want that end of this Friday, Amazon should be above 180 so that he gets all the money from this. That's one trade. These are 160 puts for March. Again, 10,000 lots. That's a massive number of lots. 7 million and 9 million. So somebody's really crazy and saying, yep, it's some massive selling. So Amazon, some massive selling is there on the puts, which is, and all these calls, somebody is kind of booking their profit. But these are new. So 180, 160 puts are sold. So this gives me confidence. I'm going to mention 160, 315 puts and 180, 22 puts were sold heavily. See, now you know there is a pattern, there is also a flow. This gives you a confidence. And now when you're entering into trade, you will not, again, there's any possibility that it may totally fail. But if somebody is selling 8 million, 9 million, he is looking something positive into Amazon. Okay. That's the whole thing. Plus charts are telling us that Amazon is looking good at this time. All right. Anybody has any questions? No. Baba. Baba had an evening star. It tested 61.8 Fibonacci, held 73.5 Fibonacci area. I expect it to cross 75 and 77. So I'm still of the opinion it's going to hold really solid here. So I'm not going to sell it now. Baba, everything is good for me. The 12 EM is negative. The DMIs are flat. It's good. Also, short selling is banned in China from Monday. So it may have some seriously positive impact because these stocks are heavily shorted. Now, if they are banned, then the shorts will have to cover in a specific tenure, and that will put a buying pressure on these stocks. Google Google kept on making newer highs and highs, and it's inside day. Uh, Again, it's an inside day. Inside day becomes little trivial to trade. If it comes like if it breaks 153, we go for 156. If it breaks 150, we go for 146. That's a trade on Google. So Google is 7 days in the Heikin Ashi state, meaning 7 days it has seen back to back. So if market has to go weak, Google may come to a buying opportunity. So buy near, I would say, the bottom of this candle, which is 151, stop loss 150. It's an inside day. Target is 153, 156. Inside day up. Buy on dip. I was thinking it will do an ascending wedge, but it did not. Instead, it just held. As of now, it's holding this. Like this is the it's holding this. I anticipated it may break down, but it's holding it for now. IWM, like I have few tickers which I really want to do. Tell me which one I should. BA, IBM, Caterpillar. Block, I do not want to do. I really want to do PayPal. Uh, Now I have a choice. Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, Palo Alto. What do I do? Pick IBM. I'm gonna pick IBM. SMCI has MSTR are like I don't trade MSTR. It's better to trade coin. SMCI, I'm gonna add cat. Yang Yang, you need to see Tesla is there. So let's go to Meta now. Meta is a perfect dodgy at the top. I do not like Meta going it like this. So Meta is all green and Meta is a perfect dodgy at the top. Oh, before that we have IWM. Let's finish Meta first. So dodgy at the top. Again, it will only become positive if we lose 391. Do not short above 394. 405, 422. 405, 422. So if Meta holds 394, it can go for 405, 422. But if Meta starts to break down, it's dodgy at the top, and this will be really interesting. Also, I just recollected that from tomorrow, Amazon is also going to show ads, so which is going to be really, really positive momentum for Amazon. Let's do IWM. IWM is in the range holding 194 tightly now. If big stocks are kind to hold off from going down, I think we may try to go long on IWM. So buy 196 area is good. Buy above 19 or buy near 195, 196. 195, 196. Stop loss 194.50, which is 12 and everything. Look for 198.75 and 201. We may not have a rate cut this week because the numbers, the GDP numbers, the employment numbers, the PC, everything points that economy is solid. And economy is solid, it means economy can withstand these higher rates. So here, sell below 194.50 only. Let's go to Microsoft. Similar to Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Microsoft is making dodgies at the top, double dodgy. Again, I don't like that. So dodgy on the top. It's like double dodgy at the top. Microsoft has rallied too much. So potential evening star is there on Microsoft as well as on Meta. If we lose 402, we're going to come to 400 and 394. Yeah. So if market starts to weak, Meta and Microsoft will be the leaders. Netflix. Netflix was a great trade for us on Friday. Again, it's a good setup. I would like to add it around 565-ish. My stop loss is now 562. The 575, 580 were our targets achieved. Now we are like very far away. So what we need to do is we need to make some new targets. So I'm gonna cancel this, cancel all this, and let's. I never delete my previous Fibonacci's, so keep that in mind. So I'm just drawing a new regression channel from the bottom here all the way edit to the right. Now I'm gonna draw a extension. I'm gonna start from right here because we have a gap here. We go up all the way here, come down. Bottom and right click just to check the values properly. The low here is 392.26. High of this candle is 494. High is 589. And the last point is 461.86. Now this will fix everything. And you see the magic. We closed right at 570.40, 570.40. Okay. Now, if we are holding 100%, so we need to be very clear. We need to hold above this area. So we need to buy above this zone so that we can clear. Next area is 637. So Netflix, anytime it comes, it's a massive opportunity. So buy near 565 to 70. Look for 5. This area is 5. 82, and maybe the psychological level of 600. And again, Netflix has not come to its uh, previous levels of like 5 years. Uh, Previously it has tested 700, so we are still away from that number. And if I extend this to the right, you will see 577, 600 is going to be a good resistance. Good. Netflix is done. Nvidia. Nvidia on Friday, I mentioned about the 610 puts and 610 calls. They were topped 0. We need to come back and test 581. So if AMD, I'm shorting, this is a dodgy at the top. I don't like dodgy at the top. This is like 7 yesterday on Friday. Now it has converted to 0. So I really want to short this uh, at 610 or below, looking for 590 and 581. And if it stays above 614, we may get 640. So this is good. IBM. IBM, after the earnings had shown a parabolic move, this 185 area should hold. And if you go to like Meta, I'll show you the same thing, same pattern. Meta. This is IBM. I'll just show you how it behaves when we have. See, when we have gap up, it will come down, hold, and then continue. So it should hold and continue. So I'm really positive on IBM. IBM is the cheapest company going into AI. So if 185 holds, I'm really positive on IBM. 185 is my stop loss, and buy near 187. I'm looking on IBM's level. Let's make some levels for IBM as well. Let's clear this. This was the low. He went up to the right. Now I'm gonna make this one into my extensions. Right click, edit properties. The end is 157.89. One 57.89. Mid high is 166.34, which is good. Low point is 136.33. Yep, so this is good. I expect 206 on IBM. 187.50, 192.50. So target is 192.50. And then 197. Excellent earnings. So IBM is good. Caterpillar is also inside the PayPal is also inside. Get IBM. Let me check the Heikin Ashi. DMI is all green. DMI is green. Heikin Ashi for IBM. It is 6. So anything which is solid in this market remains solid. Like Google is solid, solid. Let's look at CAT. It's fine. With CAT, I'm really, really keen. Let's look at IBM. 200 put for 7 and 190 call. It's not great. We also did Microsoft 450 put. That's weird. I need anything in yellow or purple. Not a clean one. Meta. Somebody's exiting. 335 calls at 1 million. 395 calls. Mostly they are exiting, like 395 calls, they're exiting on Meta. That's why we have a dodgy. So this is good. IBM, we don't have any. Let's look at CAT now. So Caterpillar, somebody is really positive. Selling 302. And CAT, I'm also looking positive. CAT had a 300 uh, area of a breakdown. So it's holding above this area. This is like nice cup and handle, or if you want to call this inverted head and shoulders. This is a nice inverted head and shoulders on CAT. So I'm looking at 309 and probably 330 on CAT. They have earnings this week. I'm going to be positive on CAT. So my stop loss 298. 300 and 950 and 330. Buy near 300. So CAT is one of the prime movers for me for this week. PayPal. PayPal people got ditched on the news, but it held. It's an inside day. It held the important area. So if we cross 62, we have potential for 65, 66. So buy above 62. Target is 64 and 66. I will not be shorting this, but if it holds 62, then it's good. Last one in my list is Tesla. I've been saying it, sell the hell out of this company and just do that. If it bounces, just short it. It needs to break down and come to 160. It may bounce once in a while, but if it comes to 187, just sell it. Yep, sell it. There's no comments change on this. Then I saw SOXL app. So let's look at first SOXL. SOXL has dropped significantly, almost 10-12% from the highs. If it loses 33, you're going to go for 29. SOXL. Their calls for 34.50 for SOXL. They came in the last half an hour, 1 hour. That's SOXL. I can post this on Twitter. People who use SOXL can look at this. But again, I don't know whether it will be an exit or then we talked about APP. Maybe because of that, APP is it's consolidating. It has not broken out. It is consolidating. If it clears 45, then APP looks really well. It's a bull flag for sure. Let's look at any of the flows if we have for APP. Nothing really cleaner. Nope. Because you carry coin, it doesn't mean I have to go through it. I told Bitcoin, let's look at coin. It's negative. It's a hammer at, it needs to clear 131 for any move. And 131 is far away. I will not try it. It has gaps at the bottom. The moment it loses, stop loss is 119 and the breakout is 131. So if it stays in this range, I'm not trading it. SMCI. SMCI has dodgies. Yeah, it's puts are being accumulated on this. Calls are being sold. These were last week, so it doesn't matter, but puts are being accumulated. 515 calls are being sold. So I'm not positive on SMCI. SMCI did whatever it could. Uh, I did see I cannot do AWeb because it's really, really slow on the chart. MU has a dodgy on the top. It's holding. It needs to hold 86. If it holds 86, it can continue. It needs to break 89 for a positive momentum MU. Otherwise, gonna just chop, chop, and chop. Then I had BA. BA inside day news, positive and negative both. So we can ignore it. Uh, I'm going to share the link if anybody wants to join and discuss their charts or setups. You're most welcome. If not, then have a good time. Okay, let me just organize them into good. So guys, if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, Vikas.
Yes, because
I just wanted to know what did you see on Friday and you took that Nvidia call, 0GT? Like what was your like thought process and you took that call?
did I book Nvidia? I booked Netflix call, not Nvidia call.
So you had also Nvidia 0DTE as well, right? Call you have taken
I had the
six.
put, not the call,
Ah, yeah, sorry, put. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
because it was getting rejected from 614,
okay.
and that was my area. So if you see into Friday, let's go back and break it down into 30 minutes. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
here it was trying to lose. Uh, I think it was one or something, right? When we took that trade.
Yeah.
So let's go in. So here, this was the trade around one when I took it.
Mm-hmm.
This broke down on 12 EMA, 12 and 34. The trend was still not positive, but if you convert this into Heikin Ashi, you will see that there was a flat base which was continuing. And
And
I,
this is 15-minute Heikin Ashi, right?
uh, it was 30 minutes, but yes, you can use 15 minutes as well.
Okay, awesome.
So it's simply like once you see a flat top, you just need to enter shorts.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it starts to change the shape, you can exit.
Cool. Got it. Thanks so much.
No problems. Yes, Ramesh, you have anything? As I've shared the Zoom link, nobody's offering all this information for free. I'm just spending my time, so I expect you to come and collaborate. If you don't want to do it, I have no gains in doing all this. I'm spending my Sunday night just so that I can also learn from you. I can also discuss something, but if you don't want to talk, I'll stop doing it. All right. If nobody has anything, thank you very much for joining in. Good night. Bye.